कर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्व नियंत्रित्व विवर्जितं सकलागम संवेद्यं नित्यानंद गुरुं.
Same way I have seen in North India, in my wanderings I have seen how they catch these birds. Just a simple rope. Here we have. This, understand this simple example. They will, like this, a small stick. They will hang it in 2 trees. They will tie this. See, like this, a small stick. They will tie in 2 trees. These 2 ropes will be tied in 2 trees. Nothing. You may think, how can this small thing can be used to catch birds? Like this, they will hang it. This poor guy, that bird will come and sit in one side. Naturally, because of his weight, what will happen? Upside down. It will become upside down. That poor guy, he will be hanging upside down. He cannot understand. If he lets go, he can just fly. That poor guy, no, if I relax, if I open, I may fall, I may break my head, I may injure myself, and that fellow will be hanging just upside down. For half an hour or 1 hour, he will be hanging. And slowly the hunter will come and catch that fellow, put him in the cage. Understand? See, this is your thoughts, this stick is your mind, and that bird is you, the jiva. The bird is the jiva. If you just let go the mind, you can fly. But your mind says, no. If you think, no. If I let go, I may fall and break my head. My family may be disturbed. My business will be disturbed. My house will be disturbed. I may become imbalanced. My whole life will become chaos. Can that bird be convinced intellectually? No. If you let go, you can just fly. Can that bird be convinced? No. Impossible. That guy thinks this stick is the security. And he hangs. That naturally, simply the hunter comes and catches him. The hunter is Yama. You will be hanging. You will be hanging, thinking that this stick is a security. Simply till Yama comes. When Yama comes, he will just snatch you from this also and put you in the cage and take you and go. Understand? Exactly, we are doing the same game of that bird. Foolish bird. When I say that foolish bird does not understand, if he lets go, he can fly, you laugh. But you are in the same situation. If you just relax from the mind, see, there is no record of any bird letting go and falling and fracturing his head. Have you heard any record? Bird fell and had injury and died. Same way, there is no record of anybody losing anything by unclutching. Anybody losing whether their wealth or health or their life by unclutching. Understand? Simply your mind creating fear, saying no. If you let go, you will fall and die. And that guy is hanging. Understand? Sometime, some bird which was hanging like this, but somehow escaped, that bird comes back and sees this hanging bird and says, hey, relax. If you open up, you will fly. If you let go, you will fly. That guy is poking this fellow's leg. That is initiation. That is what is initiation. The bird which was hanging for some time, flied due to some reason, is coming back and saying, let go, relax. If you let go, you will only fly. You won't fall. That bird is Guru. That act is initiation. Understand? All you need is a simple confidence. The seed is saying, if I open up, who knows, will I become tree or I die? The tree is saying, no, only if you open up I can come out. The seed is saying, no, you come out, then I will open up. Tree is saying, no, you open, only then I can come out. Some seed which has become tree should give confidence to the seed. Open up, you will only become tree. You won't die. Some bird which flied should come back and say, see, I was hanging like that. When I let go, I'm only flying. I have not broken my head. I have not injured myself. I only started flying. You also let go, fly. Understand? If a bird lets go, relaxes, he will become Paramahamsa. So, if you let go, you will become Paramahamsa. That's all, nothing else. You need simple confidence to let go the mind and unclutch. Nothing else. Understand? Next step. This bird, how much ever he tells, there are some birds which is hanging very tight. And that fellow will tell, no, when you were hanging and when you left, the below ground was only 10 feet. Now you see 30 feet. You don't know my situation. People tell me, when you left the house, you are not married. You did not have business, but you are telling us to unclutch. We are married, we have business. This hanging bird will argue. Understand? Of course, I am not telling you to leave the house, that is different. All I am telling you is unclutch. You will say, no, when you unclutched, you did not have any commitment. Only if you are in our situation, we will know. That bird arguing. When you let go, it was only 30 feet length, bottom. Now you see 100 feet, and you don't know how much fear I have. See, below, whether it's a 30 feet or 100 feet is not a problem, because you are not going to fall. You are just going to fly. But these birds sometime will not trust. For that only, the next step. This bird which was trying to give initiation, it brings and puts a small net, and it says, all right, even if you fall, you will fall only on the net, you will not break yourself, fly. That is what is abhaya. Means, understand. That's what is abhaya. Very beautifully, Krishna does this job. After talking so much, teaching so much and giving Vishwarupa Darshana, even after all that, this fellow, this Arjuna, no, really. No, I have my own doubt whether really Arjuna was that dull, or Krishna is using Arjuna as a front and talking, because a king cannot be that dull. And maybe Krishna is using Arjuna and talking to the worst possible student in future. Because, see, Krishna is Jagat Guru. He has to consider the weakest link and give the lesson for the weakest student. Maybe that is the possible. Because I cannot imagine Arjuna being so dull. Because this fellow is asking the same question again and again. And anyhow, the last chapter he says beautifully, finally, just before, I think, I don't know whether 12th or 13th chapter, he gives one assurance that Ananyas chintayanto mamye jana paryupasade desham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyakam. He says very beautifully, forget about everything else, just relax in me. I'll take care of your whatever you need and whatever your comforts. Yoga and Kshema. Yoga Kshema means bringing what you need and see that it stays with you. Not only I'll give, I'll ensure it stays with you. You see, it's a very strong word. Please understand, Krishna's words has no expiry date. There is no expiry date. You can't say the word has expired in 2000, now we are in 2010, the word has no meaning. No. It has no expiry date. First thing, let me tell you from my own experience. Understand, let me tell you from my experience, one small incident. I'm honestly telling you the truth as it happened, little mystical, but if you have that feeling connection, catch the truth. It's a blessing for you. If you don't have, it's okay. Forget about it. Don't bother. If you leave it, it's okay. Nothing wrong. But what I am saying is the honest truth as it is. I was staying in Haridwar at that time, in my wandering. Suddenly I had a diarrhea. Diarrhea means not just loose motion, bleeding. And literally at least 20 to 30 times per day. Literally. And I had a high fever also. High fever and diarrhea. I'm a alone sadhu. I was staying in a small kind of a underbridge on the banks of Ganga. One canal of Ganga. In Haridwar, Ganga has 5-6 canals, big canals, and I was staying in one canal. And I think I'm going to die. I'm going to die because I was not even able to go to hospital. And I was not even able to ask somebody to help. I decided anyhow, I think I'm going to die. And there was a small Shivalinga. I thought I'll die by putting my head on that Shivalinga because I was not able to move here and there anywhere. I dragged myself and put my head on the Shivalinga. I don't know what happened. I slept and suddenly one young sadhu came. He came with food and medicine. He came and he woke me up and said, Baba, I brought food for you. Maybe around 35, that age limit only. I brought food for you. He gave the food and medicine. I said, I don't know you. I think you are searching for somebody else. You are mistaking me. He said, no, I came in search of you only. I wanted to give you food. He gave me food and he gave some herbal medicines. I took. I felt little better. And he came continuously for 3 days, bringing food and gave me some medicine also. One thing was very attracting was the sadhu seemed to be very educated. He had a stoned pen. I thought it's diamond. Diamond stoned pen. Pen in his packet. And usually in North, sadhus are not educated people. Sadhus are, 99% of sadhus are uneducated. They are not educated in the formal way. Our organization is the, Jnanapeetham is the only organization where 100% sadhus are educated. Not for pride, I am saying that usually the sadhus are not educated. I was surprised. It was attracting my attention, but anyhow I just left it. I asked him, you are from where? He told me he is from nearby one ashram. And even in the plate in which he brought, that ashram name was engraved. You know, in India we have the habit of engraving that name in the plate so that it won't be stolen. I saw that in the plate also that name was engraved, in name of that ashram. And anyhow, after 3-4 days I became all right. He stopped coming.